Hello gorgeous people, how are you doing? I am boiling. No, I'm not going to be going on about the weather too much, but I'm boiling. I've just completed a 4-hour round trip on buses to go to my solicitor to drop off my ID, my passport and utility bill, because I don't have a smartphone, so I couldn't do my ID via the smartphone, so I had to go to their offices, and they're in Bournemouth. The reason I'm telling you this is I took my camera with me. Yay! So the bus route, it's the number 50 from Swanage to Bournemouth, and at least on the Purbeck side of things, I think it's gorgeous, so I thought I'd film. And the lovely thing is, from about April through to October, the bus is open-topped, the top deck is open. At the very front, there's a little bit of windshield, as it were. Sort of, it's like the roof is about to begin and then it disappears. So it's a great place to sit because that bit of roof gives you some shade, but you're in the open. It's just wonderful. And I really wanted to show you this route because, well, for me getting out and about, it's my commute. What a gorgeous commute. So the total journey takes about an hour and 15 minutes. Don't worry, I'm not going to show you an hour and 15 minutes of a bus ride. This is the first 20 minutes, but I've speeded it up, so I've shortened it for you. I'm on the Purbeck side because the bus is the bus that takes the ferry. So we go to the mainland, or to be more precise, we get off the Isle of Purbeck and on to Bournemouth. It is by far the quickest way for me to get to Bournemouth, or for anyone, you know, even if you're driving a car. I actually looked this up because I wasn't sure of the distances, but if I go via the land, it's best part of 25 miles. If I go via the sea and the ferry, it cuts it down to 12.5 miles. So it's basically half the distance. So, yeah, it's a chain link ferry. It's a tiny, I mean, how long does the ride take? 5 minutes. The ferry takes 5 minutes maybe. And it's what's called a chain link ferry, which I'm sure most of you will know, but some of you might not. And in the footage I tried to show some of the, just before and then just after, to show you the chains. So the ferry it's powering across the water, but it's underneath, it's connected to these chains. They go slack when the boat's docked at either side. The chains go slack under the water so that other boats can pass through, because it's a little tiny pinch point between Studland, Shell Bay and Sandbanks. So if that's the ferry crossing, that's the Bournemouth Pool side, and this is the Purbeck side, then you've got Pool Harbour. The rest of the harbour is like this. It's massive. I think Pool Harbour is the largest natural harbour in Europe and the second largest in the world after Sydney Harbour. Anyway, so the point is, it's a massive harbour, and so whenever the tide goes out, all that water is going through this tiny, tiny, tiny gap, likewise when the tide's coming in. So it creates a massive rip through the middle of this tiny gap, a massive rip. So if the ferry was to just go off and it wasn't on chains, we swept out to sea in a second. So hence the reason it's a chain link ferry. Is that what I wanted to say? Make sure, yeah. So apologies for the bus window is a bit grubby. Sometimes with the light you can see the grubbiness of the window. Take it as you find it. I haven't put any music on, just the natural sounds that were there, but like I said, it speeded up a bit. So I hope you will enjoy sitting back for the next few minutes and enjoying my commute. Well, part of basically after we disembark from the ferry on the other side, I've got about another hour or so to go on the bus. And the reason I'm so hot now, it's just starting to cool down, is on the way back, the bus stop where I get back onto the bus in Bournemouth, it's not the start, it's not the first bus stop. It's about, I don't know how many bus stops in, but by the time it got to my bus stop, it was chocker up top, it was chocker downstairs, but it was all this kind of, the shaded side of the bus was full and the only empty seats were on the other side, the sun side. So I'm sitting there right next to the window, full blaze of the sun. It was about 30 degrees outside, goodness knows what it was inside. If you want to try and imagine what an hour and 15, an hour and 20 bus ride like that is, if you've got a greenhouse, it's 30 degrees outside, go into the greenhouse, shut the door and sit there for an hour and 15 minutes. See how hot you get. Anyway, so yeah, come along with me on my commute to go and see my solicitor.
I was on the beach yesterday. Yes. So that's a bit of stuff, I think, now.
Go on. Hello. Hey, Bella.
I hope you enjoyed that. Something a bit different, isn't it? Anyway, I should say as well that buses always have the right of way. They've got to run to their timetable, so there's a little bus lane. Basically, the bus will always get onto the ferry. They will always keep a space for a bus. With cars, there's a queue, and in high season that queue can get really, really, really long. But also for locals, it's by far the quickest way to, if you're a business that's based in Bournemouth or Poole and you've got a client in Swanage, it's by far the quickest way to get there. Like I said, half the distance. So if I get a text or a message or a phone call from a trade, whether it's a plumber or, you know, a roofing person, whatever it is, if I get a call from one of them saying, I managed to get on the earlier ferry, is it okay if I arrive 20 minutes early? Of course it is, you're fine. But more often than not, it's, sorry, I missed the ferry, I'm going to be 20 minutes late, hope that's okay. And you know what, of course I'm okay with it. I completely understand. It's, you know, we're at the whim. I live on the end of a peninsula. I'm about as far away as you can get from all those businesses, unless they come by the ferry, but then, you know, the queues. So anyway, yes, that was my little commute this morning. Done me up like a kipper. Right, now, talking of kippers, I'm not going to eat kippers. I'm going to get some lunch ready. Well, I'm going to get it ready while you watch this next clip. So do you remember, it was, I think it was a couple of days after my birthday, the lads had gone back, ding dong, opened the front door, my neighbour's standing there with over a kilo of strawberries. Oh, and I really, really enjoyed tucking into a load of them. There was no way I could eat over a kilo of strawberries in a couple of days. So rather than waste them, I did this with them. Roll VT. I'm just in from watering. Well, not just in, about 10 minutes ago. It's still really warm out there. And humid. So I'm feeling a bit like, need to jump in a cool, not cold, a cool shower. But first of all, I'm just getting all these strawberries chopped up. If you remember a couple of videos back, I mentioned my next door neighbour. She just turned up on my front doorstep one day, ding dong, a couple of days ago, with, it's actually over a kilo of strawberries. Gorgeous. There's no way I can eat that number of strawberries in a couple of days, and in fact a couple of them are, well, yeah, they've just started to turn. So I thought, right, quick sticks, let's cook them, let's get them preserved in some way or other, because A, I can't bear waste, B, it's free food, and C, I love strawberries. So literally all I'm doing, I'm just taking their leaves off. I'm not even bothering to hold them. Ooh, chop that one in half because the top end has really got its way out. But look, I mean, is there, lighting, is there a sight more glorious than a load of strawberries? So I thought what I'd do with them is I'll just make a really, really simple coulis. So I'm just going to cook them down a bit, 10 minutes or so, help them sort of release their juices, mush up a bit, let them cool a bit, blend, divvy into portions. I'll come on to that in a sec. Let's get these underway. So I'm going to turn you around. Let's get cooking. Okay, so a gentle-ish heat, but some heat. Then, all the strawberries in. Now, most folk, hang on, I need to get a cloth for my paw. Most folk would probably add sugar. I'm trying to not have sugar, so instead I've got the very last of a bit of beautiful Purbeck honey. So I'll add a bit of that. I mean, look, it's still sugar, isn't it? But actually they won't need much. Oh, I'm going to have to properly get into the bottom of this jar. They won't need that much sugar. I don't mind my fruit a bit tart, but just a little bit of a treat. And this honey also needs using up. That's my excuse. So a bit of honey in. Then, little bit of water, not very much at all, tablespoon and a half, just help me to not stick on the bottom. And then a tablespoon of lemon juice, that should do it. And that's it. I'm just going to let that, get that honey stirred in a bit. I'll give it a minute for the honey to melt a bit. And like I said, where are you? Let me bring you back up a bit. Oh, come on. Sorry, the tripod's a bit clunky today. I'm just looking, I'm red of face, aren't I? That's no good. Let me bring you up a little bit further. That's better. Yeah, just 10 minutes or so. They'll start releasing their juices, and I've got, oh, they're in the cupboard, hang on, let me bring them out. You've seen some variations before, but then I'll use this really teeny tiny Tupperware. I think this Tupperware is sold or advertised, if you're looking for it yourself, for baby food, little portions of baby food. But actually, that's more than enough. So what I'm going to do is, once it's cooked, blend it, let it cool, and then divvy it into these to go into the freezer. And then I'll have it as a lovely addition on yoghurt. It would be a lovely addition on porridge in the winter. I don't think it's going to last that long, but in any case, I want to defrost my freezer, so I want to empty all my frozen stuff out long before winter. So what I would do is, from that, just pop one out the night before, pop it in the fridge, it should melt, defrost. If I wanted to, I've got my dinky little sauce pan. It's a pan for sauce. I could just warm it through in that. That's what I use if I'm having frozen berries. If I've forgotten to take it out of the freezer in time of mixed berries, chuck a handful in there, just give them a little gentle heating to basically defrost them, take that frost off, warm them through a bit. So yeah, either defrost in the fridge overnight, have it cold on my yoghurt. If I've forgotten, warm it up, have it hot on my yoghurt. Absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous, whichever way you choose to do it. It doesn't need stirring and faffing. I'm literally just doing this to get that honey down and start to, that's better. I just wanted to get the honey melting. Okay, so now I can put the lid on, give it 10 minutes, let it cool, blitz portion. Easy as that. Last bit, straight from the pan, not ladling. Oh, plan. I say that, but can I? Yeah, I put my apron on for this bit. Could not be simpler. If you wanted to, you could pass this all through a sieve if you didn't want bits, but I like everything in there, hence I didn't hold them, just took off their leaves. So now, oh, the smell is so good. Look at the colour. Oh, delish. Let it cool a bit. I've purposely put it in the Pyrex jug in order to make it pourable. I'm going to look for some extra pots because it's made, gosh, it's pretty much a litre? No, 800 mils, which is about 1.5 pints. I've tasted it, by the way. It's lovely. It's still got a lovely tartness. I want fruit to have a bit of tart too. So anyway, yeah, there we go. That's my quick whizzy strawberry coulis to make the most of that gorgeous freebie gift from my neighbour, and to not let any of them go to waste by going off because I can't possibly eat 1.5 whatever kilos of strawberries. That is going to be gorgeous on yoghurts in a few days or over the weeks to come. Oh, absolutely gorgeous stuff. So just putting my apron on, this is definitely white top and strawberry coulis does not go. So I filled up all my little pots and some slightly bigger than little pots, and then I have this bit left over, which is probably 2 servings. So I thought, oh, I know, because that's the yoghurt I like, Kefir Natural Yo Valley. Organic Kefir Natural, it's got nothing in it that's horrid. So when how many mils is in this? 350 grams. So I eat half a pot at a time. I'll have half a pot, usually with blueberries. What I'm thinking though, I'm going to tip you down a sec. Can we do this elegantly? Probably not. Are we going to be in shot? Okay, let me just secure you there. Please don't go flying. Yeah, what I thought, let's get a spoon. I'm going to have some of this with my lunch. I might have it with lunch, I'm not sure. It's funny, isn't it, the hot weather and our appetite. Oh, I'm going to lick that off camera. Let me put it there for a minute. Yeah, heat and appetite. So I'm just going to get half of it out. That's a bit more. No, that's about half. Oh, I love it. It's tangy, 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 tangy. And then what I thought I would do, total experiment, get the coulis. I'll probably get another spoon actually. If I'm going to have to wash up 1 spoon, I might as well wash up 2 spoons. Look at the beautiful colour of it. And when I was blitzing it, I don't know if it was obvious. I don't blitz it all, so there's still, you know, some larger pieces. And actually, if you don't want to blitz it, don't blitz it at all. You could mash it with a potato masher, or just leave it with big pieces of fruit. But what I thought, can I tip in about half of it? Is that about half? Oh, it'll do. Is lick spoon. Oh, it's blooming gorgeous. I thought I might just slightly mix it in, give myself a strawberry ripple yogurt. Hang on, I'm going to lick another spoon. And then pop this in the freezer, because it is that time of year, isn't it, where sometimes we want something cold to eat. And put it this way, what are the ingredients in my yoghurt? Let's go to the ingredients. I probably don't even have an ingredients list. What's in it? Organic milk fermented with kefir culture. So that's it. It's literally just milk and the cultures. And this, it's like my own, when I have it just the yoghurt, it's like doing my own moula corner. Others are available. But all that there is in this is fresh strawberries and then a little bit of honey and a little bit of lemon juice. And by the time it's all portioned out, the amount of honey in each one is really minimal. So if I can make myself a sort of, oops, where are you? A frozen dessert that's got no hard ingredients in it, but is happy making, bravo. Right, let's go and get that in the freezer. Next thing, I'm going to get on with making lunch. Now, you all know I love soups, absolutely love soups. I eat soups a lot. But right now, and I sometimes have them in summer, but right now, yeah, it just doesn't sit right with me having something so hot when especially after that bus ride. And I know there are cold soups, gazpacho, more like gagspaccio. I don't know why, I can't do cold soups, really. It's like, it's supposed to be quite posh and elegant, isn't it? Here's a bowl of cucumber soup. No, it's vile. So please don't suggest any cold soup recipes to me. I'm not going to do them. But yeah, so naturally it's that time of year to start eating salads. And the lovely thing about salads, so for lunch I'm going to make goriagdagi, which is Greek salad. So I'll have tomatoes, cucumber, some red onion, some feta, and I think I've got some olives to chuck in. If I didn't have the olives, never mind. But certainly with the tomato and the cucumber, great stuff to eat in this kind of weather because they're high water content vegetables. So not only are we eating and enjoying our food, but we're getting a good fluid boost too. And also those ingredients, I keep my tomatoes out, but the cucumber will come straight out of the fridge. So as I'm biting each chunk of cucumber, there's that gorgeous kind of burst of coolness in my mouth too. The feta will come out of the fridge, that will be nice and cool. What could be more perfect on a hot day than coriatiki with ingredients from the fridge, copper from outside, and then later on, see if my swirly strawberry split yogurt thing will work as a frozen dessert. I'm sure it will. I will report back to you. Alright lovelies, thank you for hanging out with me today. I hope you enjoyed the bus ride. I hope you will also, I'm sure many of you do make things like coulis or compote. Compote's another alternative, which is more of a preserved thing. But yeah, if you've got this time of year, there's such a wonderful abundance of soft fruit available, whether it's from the supermarket, whether it's from allotment neighbours, whether it's your own allotment. Sometimes you're picking bushels and bushels of the things and you can't possibly eat them all in one go. And if you're not into jam, if you're not a jam maker, or you just don't want to eat jam because of all the extra sugar, then yeah, a simple coulis and divvied out in the little teeny tiny portions. Those things hardly take up any room in the freezer, and you can put them into all your little nooks and crannies. Don't forget they're in the nooks and crannies. But what a lovely breakfast of yogurt and coulis. Like I said, it's your own Muller corner with, you know exactly what the ingredients are. Yummo. Alright lovelies, that's enough for today. I need to go get my lunch. I need to carry on cooling down and refill the water. I've had 1.5 of those since I got in. I think as I was walking home, I bumped into someone I know, and I was chatting in the street for a minute because I obviously looked really, really flushed, and she said, "Are you okay?" And I explained that I just got off the bus from Bournemouth, but I sat downstairs next to the window boiling da-da-da. And she said, "Oh, well, the good thing is, you know, weight loss, isn't it? You've basically sat in a sauna for 1 hour and 15 minutes. Yay!" It's like, no, I'd rather not. Oh, anyway, there we go. All right, lovelies, I'll see you again really soon. Maybe we'll be back out in the, yeah, let's be back out in the garden, because there's always plenty to do, and it's the time of year when things are growing, so growing and growing and growing. So let's see what's growing in the garden next time. Until then, cheerio.